and I am live. The road trip, the good and the hood, the food, the works. Good morning, everybody. It is 23rd of January. January's 2/3 over right now, and happy Thursday morning to all of you from Reno, Nevada. And I think we've got a pretty good plan today. Huh?
I think we do, yeah.
One of the things you always enjoy doing is getting the lay of the town and figuring out. This is your first time in Reno.
Yeah, first time.
And I think so far it's about like you probably thought it was. It was a town that's past its prime, kind of struggling not to drown. Good morning, Shamaj. Good morning, Ginger. Nice
economic devastation.
Good morning, Elva. Yeah, but we talked to the bartender last night, and he was saying that tech is bringing some of that back. There's a tech boom, but of course, tech is knowledge. You've got to be educated for that. You can't take, I don't want to say a homeless person that maybe never got an education and put them into a high-tech job, maybe security or something. So there's that knowledge barrier that makes it very difficult to be effective with a lot of people here.
Right.
You need to plug in?
Yeah, I'm going to plug in, so. Okay. Yeah.
That's the basic problem. Good morning, Kathleen. Good morning to you. Good morning, Mousetoe. So, number one, I got a lot of comments last night. I got a lot of feedback. 90% of it was positive. There was some negative feedback about, not hearing what the professor was saying. And I think I gave the professor a pretty good shake last night.
Yeah, you gave him a good
bottle of beer, hung out with him. Yeah. Took time to talk to him at the outside of the hostel there. He was a pretty interesting guy.
Yeah.
But let's not get it twisted. Rosie O'Kelly doesn't respect people that are chooching. Okay.
Right.
I'm out there. He's part of the show. We were in the bar. He came in to be part of the show at that point in there.
Yeah.
So it all went. It went well.
Right.
Now, did he enjoy himself? Immensely.
Oh yeah.
So that was it. So hello, Hop Frog. Good morning to you. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, Shayna. Yeah, it was a good stream. We got more streams are being coming up. It's not going to be a long one. We had breakfast. I like to eat light when I'm on the road for breakfast. I had some oatmeal today, which is great. The plan today, we're going to be all over. We're going to be all over the city of Reno, from abandoned casino out on the west end of town. We may go drive out to the Mustang Ranch, which is 20 miles east of Reno, which is the brothel. But believe it or not, they're actually renowned for their food. The food they serve up out there now, which shocked me. Out there, so we'll see if that's in the agenda.
I'm looking up a couple things here. Have you heard of the National Automobile Museum?
Yeah, Harris. Yeah.
Is that free to get in? Or you gotta pay?
No, that's at least a $25.
Oh wow!
And that's not my budget to go.
We all try to find some free stuff.
Yeah.
Free stuff to get into. See what?
I was able to get into the National Bowling Stadium yesterday, which was pretty cool, and had a great time with that. There's going to be we're going to be going through some tough hoods today. Neal Road, down off of Virginia Avenue and McCarran Boulevard, South Virginia Street here, going all around. Some of the wedding chapels here. I know people like to see that. Last time I was in town, I was able to actually go into one of these wedding chapels. The door was locked at the chapel, but the guy was nice. I didn't know whether guys were just slumming in there or what they were doing. But we'll go by there. The problem is a lot of stuff is behind fences now here. 6-foot fences topped with barbed wire and things like that. So good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a good day today. So Marsha, what do you think? You've been about 20 hours in town so far. What is your initial take
with Reno, I anticipated economic devastation, a town in ruins. I've heard a lot about it from Rosie and seeing it and over the years, and it definitely is devastated economically, devastated socially, So that didn't surprise me.
What surprised me when one of the guys that was in the RV that we met, the nice guy that came down from Portland, Oregon and stuff,
Yeah.
he was talking about that there's 400 people in the shelter in tents here and 200
Right.
people in there, and he
Under
said
the
there's
bridge,
like
yeah.
20,000 people that are homeless around.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, you know, what do you do with 20,000 people? That's the size of a pretty decent small city. You know,
Yeah.
20,000 people. So that kind of surprised me. Good morning, Amy.
The
Yeah, you
food,
shouldn't see any buffering. I'm getting a good strong signal here today. Just
Yeah.
refresh your connection here. You won't have any issue. I'm running 2500 kbs here, which is good.
Yeah, let's see.
Did it surprise you? There's some construction going on too. There's things being built. I mean,
Yeah,
the university is really
Right.
I guess apart from Tesla and the high-tech battery.
I think
thing.
what I see with that was interesting. They're rebuilding this commercial real estate around the Reno, because a lot of people who used to come from California to come here to gamble don't come here anymore because they open casinos in California. So they're trying to grow the economy from within, and instead of relying on tourists, because all the tourists want to go to Las Vegas now, or they just want to go.
Yeah, and Las Vegas is all casinos are trying to push away from gaming because young people aren't interested in gambling per se.
Right, more party,
They're more
nightlife.
party, nightlife, more games, and more game theme, like at the Gold Spike down in.
That's what they
in
want.
Las
Yeah,
Vegas.
exactly. Yeah.
Now, interestingly, Harrah's has just decided in Reno to give up their gaming license
Really.
for the first time since the 1930s. Harrah's won't be doing gaming in Reno, which
So
is
what are they
hard
gonna
to
do then?
believe. They're probably just going to be a hotel property, and then probably try to see if they can follow that model of gaming. Not kids, but young adults. Have
Nightlife.
musical groups come in and like the Gold Spike have
Like
some,
the Gold Spike.
yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. Yeah, it's a lot of It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Is it 20,000? No, I think it's more on the order of 2,000 people. I think the guy probably misspoke. He's only been here for a couple months or something like that. He's living in his RV, and you got to be careful of experts. I've been coming here for 20 plus years, and I've seen remarkable change. And surprisingly, not for the better. It's lucky on the north side of the casino district that there's the University of Nevada Reno campus, which is big.
Yeah.
And they're lucky because they're coming down and buying some of these blown out properties, and taking them down and putting up student housing, which I thought is kind of weird, guys. If you want your kid to go to be housed across from the casinos,
right?
But I guess if you're going to be in Reno, what difference does it make if you're a mile away?
Spend their tuition money on.
Come on, 7-Eleven, on that. So I don't understand. What morning, Alan Gold. So I don't really get all the gist of that that thing. And Alan Gold, I hope you're on your meds today. So, we're going to do a lot of driving around today. When I end this stream, I'm going to do a little bit of research to just get some of the high points that I want to hit. I know we're probably going to start out on the west side of Reno and then gradually make our way twisting through town and places so that you guys, I love nighttime on the street, but you can't see a lot on the nighttime. And you're also safer in a vehicle. You can go down into more rugged neighborhoods without risking, negative confrontations. So that should be pretty good down there. The weather is 44 degrees, and there's a little bit of high cloudiness, but I think it'll get up to the mid 50s, maybe low 50s by this afternoon. But have you found anything on there?
I'm trying to find the bad areas in Reno, Nevada.
Well, there's Neal Road.
They're saying Neal Road or the Sutro Street areas.
Yeah. No, any place you have, it's like the Rancho. Any place you have an incredibly high density of people living together in a very small, concentrated area, they always tend to be high crime sort of areas, just by the nature of people being close to each other. And you know.
There's not a lot of stuff on Reno. There's not a lot of people talking about it.
Yeah.
So
we're probably going to drive out the west end here to the Truckee River and see what's going on with the Little River Inn, which was a casino, supposed to be a huge place, and ended up closing down about 20 years ago, and the buildings are all remaining. I wanted to kind of creep around the grounds a little bit, but I had Jen with me last time, and you know, I want to just be careful what I'm doing, but it'd be really cool to check that out a little bit. And you know, worst case scenario, the worst going to happen is maybe a cop kicks you out or something. They're not going to waste a lot of time to write up paperwork because somebody's doing a YouTube video or stream. So we'll see. Good. Yeah. Good morning. Hey Ken, how you doing? Where is the old missile silos at? That's a good question. And good morning, Bubba Bug. I got no idea where that stuff is. I guess there were Minutemen installations here. You know, of course, mountains are a good place to put them. They're naturally sheltered. And there's a lot of existing mines and things that already have shafts and things that have been done. So I guess we're going to stay local here today, which will mean that our big push towards Virginia City and Carson City will be tomorrow. We'll be on the road. And it'll give a chance for, of course, Carson City is where they have the famed Carson City Mint down there. I've been down there with Missy Jen at Christmas time. It was a lovely area. Those of you who were in Las Vegas in October when Marshall and I were there will remember this gal came up to us, Juniper Jones, who was a porn actress, and a very militant one too, I might add. Very strong advocate for rights of sex workers, and a very well-spoken, highly educated person. And she was all hep up on Carson City as a nice place. You can see previous streams. I've been in Carson City when I've been kicked out of the governor's property there. I was creeping around with my camera, and the state police guys, like, you know, these came out like, what the hell are you doing? Like I'm doing a YouTube live stream. It's like, we don't give self-guided tours. You don't just walk around. Next thing you'll be walking in the door and chatting it up with the governor. And so I was like, get the hell out of here.
So there's two places here that are coming up, Rosie, in Sparks, Nevada. Mustang Ranch and the Wild Horse Adult Resort and Spa.
Now, it's interesting from a cultural perspective, because it is such a renowned place to just drive out there and at least take a look at the place and maybe get something simple off the menu, just so we can report out to you guys what it's like. Evidently now, what really shocked me about the Mustang Ranch is they worked very hard to build a reputation as a good foodie stop too. So people were stopping there and eating breakfast and lunch and dinner now. And I don't think the girls are hanging out of their top serving. I don't know, but I'm just saying I was really surprised that they've very carefully cultivated their reputation as also a foodie stop too. So we'll see. We got to kind of play it by ear.
See how far this is. I think
the jacket's behind. How you doing, Bean? So check it out, Bubba Bug. Just see what it's like.
We're about 18 miles.
It's fine. It's not too far to drive. I don't care. I mean, I'm here to put some miles on. I got the ideal travel rig, 30 miles to the gallon. Yeah, I'm on a budget here. Yesterday, yes, I succeeded in my $15 budget for the day, and keeping underneath of that. So I have to be very careful. But I'm gonna have to put some gasoline today, which is fine. We got a lot of sights to see. So I guess Marshall will be working from the west side to the east side, and now I-80 out the east side of Reno. So to check that out. So.
Horse Adult. Let me see where this other one's at. I think it's right around there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's still. It's. I don't want to say most of these clubs, these strip bars and things, they're kind of stressed these days because I think the internet changed everything. If you wanted to meet, a girl or get a quick date or something like that, you do it online. now, and I just think you go into a strip bar, you're paying $24 for a split, a cocktail split or something, and it's...
They're both in the same area. They're right in the same...
So I think those things are fading away off the American scene. I really do. Las Vegas has lost a lot of them. Dee and I, we chooched around one. It was the Crazy Horse or something down there, or the Gentleman's Club. Real creepy place behind the Circus over there. MR, yeah. I hope everything goes okay, Bean.
Oh, here's that where they talked about dropping by for a meal there, right?
Yeah, you want to just read a little bit about that because.
Okay, yeah. Famed Mustang Ranch brothel east of Reno wants you to drop by for a meal. I guess it's called the Wild Horse Saloon. A key-coded door leads from the lounge to the brothel.
So you're not going to be anywhere near the brothel side. It's going to be just an eatery. You know, the wild, what's it called? Wild
Horse Saloon.
Yeah, so they're going to be very careful to segregate those two.
Right. Yeah, I guess they're taking their food seriously here. So yeah, they're saying they want people to go over there.
You got to survive, and I just thought number one, to lug out to 18 miles to the east.
So here,
half-hour drive.
So that's what it says here. It says instead of the brothel's public restaurant called the Mustang Ranch Lounge, which they have their own restaurant, offers a menu that runs from 60 dishes, from biscuits to gravy to burgers with ghost chili to horseradish spiked halibut.
I don't want a ghost chili, man. I don't want to end up on the wall of flame at the Mustang Ranch. Spontaneously.
Hey, look at this guy in the cowboy hat.
The plan today is to do a lot of driving and chooching through the greater Reno and Sparks area. Reno has done a lot of things to attempt to reinvent itself. It has the beautiful Truckee River Park, which we'll get out and we'll show you guys. Those of you who were with me, I guess it was August, the Gay Pride Festival here, you saw down on the river, there were a lot of activities there. I was able to do a live stream and had a good time. So
what a
they're
legend.
Trying to,
what a legend this guy is. This is the owner. Look at this man. Custom made. Look at that.
Big guy.
Yeah. Look how he's got that Western, what do they call that, Rosie?
The bolero. There, the little bolero tie. So show some of that park down there on the Truckee River, give a little bit of the history of the Truckee River, a little bit of Reno, of course, was the divorce capital of the West. So many people came here to get divorced. And a lot of these ranches outside the city would host women waiting for their divorces to go through that had money, so they would have little boutique ranches around here that they would teach you to ride a horse or do a little roping and do girl theatrics and things like that. If you ever watch I think it's a 1932, it's called The Women, and there's no men in the whole movie. It's a strange movie, but it shows the Reno and life in one of these little dudette ranches while they're killing time waiting for divorce.
Rosie, they're saying this is the executive chef. He's responsible to feed 30 women per shift.
Yeah.
Just the working girls, this guy.
Yeah.
So this is a serious operation, Rosie.
Well, I figured it would be. It's surviving, which says a lot. There's so many places closed in Reno, then there's so many places that are boarded up. Adult entertainment is just all gone over to the internet, right?
Right.
Mexico's still going strong because it's not that developed, and not everybody has access to internet and cell phones, so I think it's a much more...
She's saying that's his companion. That's the boss man, and he's having lunch with his companion.
Okay.
This guy's like Hugh Hefner, Rosie.
I don't know what he is, Marshall. He looks like a horse's ass. I don't know.
What a legend, huh?
I don't know.
Can I show him the picture? Here's the man. Woo! Look at that man. Woo! Lance Gillman. Mr. Lance Gillman.
So I don't know. We'll have to kind of
What a cool guy.
Play it by ear out there. So that's going to be a big part of today.
Oh,
There's
man.
a lot of places to go north and south in town, all the way up to the University of Nevada, Reno's campus. Virginia Street goes so far south here. There's a lot of stuff to see there. Some of the big casinos, the Peppermill, the Atlantis down there, and you get in some of the scruffy areas. All this is leading up tonight. We haven't chooched Virginia Street yet on foot. We went east and west on 4th Street, which is more like the wild stuff out there. But if we go north and south down Virginia Street, then you see you see some of the clubs, you see some of the up and coming places that young people are trying to make a go of restoring Virginia Street and bringing it back. So that should be. It's going to be a full day of activities. We might stop streams once in a while and grab something to eat. A big part of trying.
I'm gonna look up some food here now.
Food scene and
I think
trying to
there's
eat
a little.
cheap.
There's
I'm
a
not
little.
going to go into a fancy
Right.
steakhouse. I'm not going to blow money on. I'm not going to do a buffet here. You know, I looked at. I went into one place today. They wanted $18 for a breakfast.
That's too much.
A breakfast buffet on a Thursday morning, and I'm thinking to myself, "Are you out of your mind?"
Yeah.
You know, and there's no chance I'm gonna. I'd rather just throw down like today $4 or $5 for a bowl of oatmeal and some blueberries and enjoy it. I'm not wasting that kind of money. It encourages overeating, and it's not healthy. And I don't want to feel weighted down in my morning when I'm out there.
There's a nice little Tijuana Taco place in Sparks. Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
You can get a taco for $2, Tijuana
Hey,
style.
Sister Earth, how are you? And good morning, Charla. So
Those are good prices for a taco, $2 and something. Sparks.
Yeah, you can get them $1.50 though on specials and stuff like that. If you put taco specials in, then it'll come up like there'll be places. Some places are Taco Tuesday, Taco Thursday. So there's cheap food here, but what I like is exploring these places because they're at big crossroads. They could come back up again and be reinvented, or they could just be on the leading edge of decline of Western civilization. So
the one guy recommended. He said Ichiban Japanese steakhouse. That's the
well, if
Japanese
you want to
sushi
do
bar.
all you want, yeah.
Sushi,
And there's no chance that I'm gonna plunk down money for that. Because my
let's
belly doesn't really care what I put in it, okay?
Right.
I'll be honest with you guys. Once my stomach's reasonably full, I'm happy.
There's an Indian place. Let's see what else is out here.
So I don't really care what the food options are. As long as they're cheap here, I can eat anything. It doesn't matter to me.
There's a place called Coffee Bar Reno.
What do you think? I didn't follow Greg. I'm not watching anything when I'm here in Reno. I haven't watched any other videos since I've been here. So
There's
I
a
don't
cool
know what's
pizza
going
place
on.
called Noble Pie Parlor. That might be a Rosie kind of place on 2nd Street. You ever been there?
No. So if there was a threat, there's nothing I've done to warrant being threatened or anything. And in my opinion, nothing that Elvis has done. The whole time we've been traveling and together since June, working on the rig, I don't think there's anything that warrants any kind of threat. So I don't know. It's just my opinion about stuff. So if something happened, I'm not aware of it. I didn't see it. I'm busy doing my own thing here in Reno. High top. I know. I need to, Kenny. Bubba Bug said Rosie needs to build out a high top Ram van. That's what he's saying. Trade up, take the hit, because this thing needs a little bit of body work.
Yeah.
Take the hit, get the body work done, and then trade this up to because it's almost paid off.
Yeah.
Okay, trade it up for a higher, bigger Ram, because the Rams still get decent gas mileage. They're nice and boxy. They're easy to fit out.
Easy to build on. Yeah.
Yeah. See, curved vehicles present a bit of a challenge. We've been doing good on the Lisa Marie, but I'm saying That would be my thought, Bubba Bug, would be to do something like that, or get a camper van and do my own restoration. I would love to be able to get a road trek. Even a 170 or 190 would be fine. I'm not one of these people that needs a 200 or 210.
And bring it back.
And bring
Rosie,
it back.
this place, the Daily Bagel. Have you been there? It looks pretty good. They got bagels.
No, I haven't been.
Daily
like
Bagel.
I say,
looks like an interesting place.
Yeah.
I'm looking up different
Manny
places.
apology video, and I don't know what he would apologize for, Greg. I guess my thought would be when some of the other big mouths on YouTube issue their apologies for the things that they've done on their live streams, and I guess Marshall can consider doing one on his.
I choose to ignore the trolls. I've did it on my channel, and I'm going to continue doing that. I'm not going to interact with the trolls. I don't have to.
Say the longer you keep going positive, then some people will.
We're living our lives. We're making content, and like Rosie said before, if somebody doesn't have content and they just sit at home all day and they talk about us or talk about anybody else, they don't have content. So either you have content and you can do content, whether it's whatever Rosie's doing, whether it's chooching, or even if you don't have content, you're going to talk about other people to make content, to create content. So it's simple.
Yeah, in other words, that's not my style to bang on people or to do things on the daily that are going to make people mad. I live my life and do my thing. I'm peaceful. I don't talk about other people. I don't.
Rosie's doing a travel. She's not running panels. She's not running shows. She's doing travel content. She's chooching whatever it may be that she does. I think that it's better and healthier for her if she does that. Yeah. It seems like she's happier doing this than doing panels and all that other stuff.
Well, it's
so
fun.
I think
what I'm saying is I'm not shooting off my mouth. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not spreading lies or telling things that aren't truth. And if people want to talk about me, that's fine. I can't control that.
Right.
All I can do is do my own thing.
Right.
And the numbers certainly show that people enjoy following that content. Why?
Yeah.
Because it's not boring. It's not repetitive. It's something new.
My opinion as a fan of Rosie, like all you guys, she used to have panels. She used to have all that. But she's moved out of that. She's doing a content channel now with traveling and enjoying life and showing content and bringing people real content, and people are enjoying it and they're watching. I think she's moved out of the back and forth, tit for tat drama. I think she's moved out of the drama community and went into
a solo act.
Went into the solo act, doing traveling. Not that she did drama.
It'll be almost a year in 2 months.
I don't think Rosie did drama before. She had a roundtable discussion, a panel. She'd get together with her friends.
She'd Jerry Springer shows at the end.
She'd have a good time, but she wasn't deeply invested into the drama. I think you're moving out of. I don't know. I wouldn't consider it drama. It'd just be this tit for tat stuff. Like people used to have those videos back in the old days where somebody says something and somebody says something. I think she's moved out of that. I think she has. I don't think she enjoys that. I think if she did enjoy that, she would get into it.
Yeah, I pulled the invitation just because I don't want to. What's the point of having a confrontation? I've been friendly with Dave. I would meet Dave again. I'd meet Dave out in Texas or Oklahoma or whatever. But now's not the time with what's going on in the Vanderbilt to press an issue where people may have a confrontation and I have to be responsible because it's on my property, okay?
Right.
And in my view, there's nothing provocative that's been done that would warrant somebody coming and wanting to knock somebody's head off. So
you have the opportunity.
It's nothing to do with Dave. It's just everybody. I wanted to make sure because we know on YouTube that if you say I like visitors on the Rancho, then somebody could say, well, I had an open invite to come to the Rancho, and there it is on the video. So I needed to put that out crystal clear and rescind that invitation so nobody, if you show up, then you're going against my wishes.
You have the opportunity to get in your van and go meet anybody in this country. If you want to have a streaming house, if you want to get a hotel, If you want to stay at their place, you have the freedom to get in your rig and go.
I do a streaming
what I'm saying?
house.
Yeah.
I know that.
So
you know, a lot of people want me to come to streaming houses and things. I'd enjoy. I'd have a great time at that. I'd have a good time, and I don't have any problem with anybody.
There's a lot
But
of people.
I'm just saying, let me just have the space to finish the van build. We're not creating drama. We're not.
There's a lot of people who meet and follow Rosie and specifically follow her. They don't follow and watch me. So she has the opportunity to go out and meet all these people. You know what I'm saying?
Deb?
She's she's retired. Get in your van and go.
So I say, as long as I'm minding my own knitting and I'm not flaming anybody or dissing anybody, it's okay. Just keep doing my thing here on the road. This is what you guys like to see. I mean, yesterday, pushing the envelope a little bit, getting inside the bowling stadium, which is off limits to people, and just schmoozing a little bit and getting that done, and seeing things that we might not normally be able to see. Getting inside the Morris Burner hostel last night and taking a look inside of that, doing some drinking. But there'll always be somebody that's going to find. There'll always be some people that are going to find negative no matter what you do, and you have to accept that. If you're a content creator, you're going to do something on a daily that's going to make somebody mad. They might think that you slighted somebody on the stream, or you didn't hear out the professor what he was saying, or you weren't nice enough to the homeless guy I gave a couple bucks to, or something. There'll always be somebody that has an opinion. But it is what it is.
Like you say, there's no way to please everybody. Like we were talking about, Sue Pete was a nice lady in Kansas City, and you mentioned the other day she was offended that you mentioned that you had eaten dog and cat in China.
Right.
She was offended. She took offense, and she's like, okay, I'm not going to watch Rosie anymore. So there's no way to make everybody happy. There's no way to make everybody agree with you or like you or want to meet you. It's impossible. We're not perfect. We're human beings. We have our differences, political differences, religion differences, lifestyle differences. So it's impossible to make everybody happy.
The beautiful thing is that you do have that ability to X out that window in the upper right-hand corner.
Right.
Unsub and block, and it never has to be seen again.
Now I will say this.
Now if you're a complainer and you are ragging daily on the content and you continue showing that and ragging on, then I have to assume that you actually enjoy the content and you like to be there.
Now one thing that I do one thing I have not acknowledged trolls in over a year. I've banned over 3,000 accounts, but I will say one thing, and this will be the only thing that I'll say in 2020 to the trolls. One thing: if a person doesn't like someone, they don't watch. They're like, you know what? I'm going to change the channel and watch something else. But when people talk about me and Rosie and they watch us, I believe in my heart of hearts they like us. They're entertained by us. They're interested in us, and they watch us. And they're so entertained by us, they devoted their lives, like Hot Frog and many, many other people, to talk about us and make videos. Because I believe they do like us. I believe they are interested in us. I believe they are entertained by us. Otherwise, if they weren't, you change the channel like you change the remote on your television from the Discovery Channel to the Travel Channel. So when people are talking about you and making videos about you, they're interested and entertained, period. I am flattered by that. I'm flattered by that. You know why? Because if somebody wasn't interested or entertained by me or Rosie, they wouldn't talk about us, but they do. And that's the fact. That's the only thing I'm going to say to the trolls as far as interaction with you on YouTube. And that's all I got to say. That's a fact. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, thank you.
You agree with what
I do. I do.
Yeah,
but I do, on the other hand, I appreciate everybody to come. And I also appreciate when people change their mind later. Now, some people change, I'm done, I don't like this, is crap, I don't like the way you act on the street, Rosie, I'm unsubbing, I'm blocking.
Right.
I get that. But there are also people who've come back and said, I'm really liking the format, I like what you do, now I'm back on the channel. So it cuts two ways. But if you sit there worrying about it on a daily basis, the traffic of who comes and who goes, then you're not having fun, you're not concentrating on your retirement and bringing the content that you want to bring. So I don't dwell on.
I think as a content creator, you should do what makes you happy. fulfill your soul, and people will follow you organically and naturally.
Right.
Don't change or alter yourself. Just be yourself and do what you like, and people will naturally just come to you. That's
the Joel Osteen Jr. message.
Exactly.
Do it your own way. You'll lose some people that don't like it, but you'll gain people that absolutely love it. And wait for that. As I love doing it, and it's genuine. There's no fear when I go into a place and hit the streets, usually, except places like, Baltimore and some areas of Detroit and places like that. But I love to do this stuff. I love this urban exploration. For me, is the ultimate great thing, especially in cities that are in transition, maybe from just hanging on to just going over the cliff, or maybe starting a comeback or something like that. It's very fascinating to me. Like I say, I can't go out in the countryside and just, this is a beautiful sunset, and
I think what you did, the format that you did now, you could redo that in the RV community. Yeah. You could go talk to RVers or do it with music festivals. You could do it in so many places. The street Cheech format could be. You could take that into any.
Thank you, Hot Frog. For the record, I love your content. You're very creative.
By the way, Hot Frog, when are you going to do a parody of Rosie? I'm still waiting. She requested for you to do one, man. She's begging you to do one. When are you going to do one, man?
He's like, I'm going to get a wig and a selfie.
If you don't do one, I'm going to do one. I'm going to get me some Sunbat Rayfair glasses. I'm going to get me a cheap wig. I'm going to get me a hoodie. I'm going to get me some Daisy Duke shorts and some Skechers tennis shoes, and I'm going to do one, man. But I got to get all that equipment.
Too much.
That would be funny if he did a parody of you, right? The Daisy. Could you imagine him in Daisy Duke shorts?
I just enjoy when they're parodying you.
Come on, Rosie. You want to be the star of the show, not me. I'm the Ed McMahon. Remember, you're Johnny Carson.
Yes. Man. So anyway, that's the theory on things. So the van build has reached the 90% point now. It will have an end to it. There will be travels and adventures, and some travels that are really going to surprise people. What comes up. When you say Marshall, some really major travel surprises.
Well, it's always exciting to see new places and new things. This is a big country. We live in a huge country. There's so much to see. There's a Northwest. There's a Northeast.
Well, I mean also international too, to the extent of international.
That's a whole other level. And Mexico is a great option, and it's cheap. It's cheap for what you're getting. So.
Yeah, how's your back doing today, Marshall?
I'm feeling a little bit better. I was feeling it last night.
Golden.
But I didn't.
Yeah. Shoot you on a Thursday. How's your back today?
It's feeling better. One thing on a negative note, that we had a great room with a great bed, but the thing is, though, you showed the room, I think.
Yeah.
The pillows are too soft.
I slept terribly last night.
The pillows are too soft.
Terribly.
Yeah.
It was tough. The $30 room was showing through.
Well, the mattress was fine. What about the mattress? Was it okay with you, Rosie, or was it too firm?
I guess it was okay. I mean,
was it too firm? Was the mattress at Gold Spike better?
Hey, Vicky. Yes, much better. Much better operation down there. So I guess you get what you pay for. If I wanted to be in, the luxury suite on the river here or something like that, $190 a night, I guess I'd have room to complain. So yeah, there you go. I sometimes I used to travel and bring my own pillow. If I had my pillows in the back of the van, I would have slept better in the van last night. Now tonight will be a different story. I'll really be tired tonight, and I'll just roll over and sleep. And then tomorrow we got the road for Virginia City and Carson City and all that. So many more adventures ahead. We're not even scratched the surface in what's coming up here. So next thing you guys have to look forward to is the good and the hood. As we roll around, one of our traditional things that we do is do the live drive stream. Marshall he says he originated the concept of the driving stream. I'm not going to argue with him about that, but
I did it. I want to go back and
authenticate that.
I did it from Chicago to Florida. I believe I did it before Rosie, and when I started doing it, she started doing it. She started doing the driving streams. I've did it since 2016, going from Chicago to Florida.
We still have to get authentication
but,
on that. Anyway, it's fun. You can see things in daytime. You can't see things at night.
It's too dark.
Nighttime, you want to be on foot. I'm hoping Marshall's back is going to be rested for Virginia Street, because it is a really cool place to chooch down there. You can get off some of the side, go off to some of the side things, and it's fun. You can duck in here or there and have a beer or something like that. So it's a good time, and it brings you guys a lot of fun content to watch. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close it down. Take about 5 or 10 minutes to do some more research, maybe 15 minutes, and then we'll be back with the good and the hood here on the city of Reno in the great state of Nevada. So see you guys in a little bit, and thanks for spending Thursday morning here on the chat. Let's get that thing to show up. There we go. Thanks everybody.